and we will be studying that. As usually, we are going on discussing that is the fragrance of Vedanta. Fragrance means the smell. That's naturally the Vedantic beautiful smell. And from that, we get some idea. What is this? So we will be discussing the Kapilopadesha, and we are almost completing the teachings of the Kapila. Now, let us begin, as usually, by remembering the great God. Yasya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanat vimuchyate namastashmai Vishnave Prabha Vishnave. The Vishnu, that means the all-pervading God. Vistareti Vishnuho. In Hinduism, they cannot say that this is the God, everything is God. So why? Because that is the realization. So, when everything is God, and if you ask a person to worship, and he'll be confused. What to worship and to whom to worship, and he'll be constantly changing his object of worship. Oh, today I like this, today I like that. So that's why they have given the concrete form of the Lord, and he is the Vishnu. The Vishnu, the moment you remember Vishnu, yasya smarana matrena. Smarana means remembering. The moment we remember that great God, janma samsara bandhanat, you are free from the bondage of birth and death. Now, how it is possible? That we are studying from the Kapilopadesha. The Kapila, the great Lord, the Lord Vishnu again, who has taken birth as a Kapila, and conversing with his mother, and giving the complete idea and soaked with the syrup of devotion, as Swami Vivekananda puts it. The pure Vedanta, the abstract Vedanta, it's so difficult to grasp, so difficult to understand, and mostly chances that to misunderstand, I am that Supreme, I am that God. But without any preparation, that is dangerous. That's why Swamiji said, it should be soaked with the syrup of devotion. So here also we find in the Kapilopadesha, he said, you must have great faith in God. So this vimuchyate, we get completely freedom. Now friends, as usually we know, who wants to get this freedom? If we are happy with this life, taking birth and then again growing up and then again having all these experiences, again dying, if this is the thing that goes on, then for you it is okay. This world is all right for you. But if you have truly understood the folly, the meaningless life, then only you have to come to this. In this life, what we find is so temporary. Everything is so temporary. So that is why slowly, slowly we are coming to that knowledge. What is that knowledge? Who we are, combination of three things: body, mind, and the soul. These are the only three things. The body is a gross. So we can see it, we can touch it, and all the five organs, we can have the idea about the body. Mind, we can feel it, though we can't see it or touch it, but we can feel it. So mind is also gross, but in a subtle form. So body and mind, they are gross, though the body is a pure gross thing, but mind, though gross, but subtle. The body and mind. But can body and mind do any function without the life, without the consciousness in it? No. We are aware about the consciousness, but we do not know what is this consciousness, where from it came. You know, the whole religious life is nothing but to understand this much. And the moment we can understand the consciousness, that very moment we are free from the bondage. Bondage of what? Body and mind. The problem is this body, before my birth, I was not having. But after my birth, say after 3 or 4 years, when in the beginning, the children, if you ask their name, they don't like to say, because the body and the name and form are not associated. The parents will say, the mother will say, tell the name, tell the name. Slowly, slowly he is going on repeating. Then the child start understanding, oh, this is the name of this body. Look at it. Somebody gave the name, maybe grandfather. And you are John, so I became John. And the body I was not knowing, which body. But then I started thinking, oh, this is my body. It is all imagination. I was not there before my birth. I won't be there after my death. Then why all these bondages? Why this I? The whole world is suffering because of this I. So this is when we understand that, we are free, that much. And that is the whole of Vedanta. The Vedanta means this conception that I am completely free. Now, they are going on the discussion on that we know the body and mind. That's called pratyaksha pramana, direct knowledge. Pratyaksha, direct. Pramana, it has of course we can understand body and mind. Self, that also we can understand. How? Anumana, inference. When you saw the death of Bharatanandaji, that was the first time I saw some death standing directly. I never saw death before. And Bharatanandaji peacefully, slowly, he was there, he was opening his eyes, then he closed his eyes and never opened it. That's all. Then the doctor came and declared dead. The man is there completely, as he was. And just a few minutes before, we were talking with him. He was looking at us. He was recognizing us. Then suddenly he closed his eyes and he is no more. That we saw. And we understood something has left this body and mind. And what is that? Consciousness. The consciousness which is inside the mind left this body. So it is dead. And we naturally burnt it and all that because body is not important. So what is important? Mind. Why? Because the thought. If you think positively, if you pray for the betterment of others, happiness of others, you're a good person. If you think opposite way, you're a bad person. So good and bad doesn't depend on the body, it is on the mind again. How you are thinking, that depends. This is also very important. But then ultimately, if the consciousness is not there, then everything is gone. So, cause of bondage and the process of liberation. This we are going to discuss today. What is the cause of bondage? Why we suffer? Attachment is the cause of suffering. What is the cause of bondage? Attachment. Attached to what? First attachment is this body. Second attachment, anything that is connected with this body. My family, my religion, my country, my culture, and my people, all this. All connected with this body.
My money.
Of course, all mine. And this is connected with this I, someone is taking up the arms to kill me because he is not born in the country I was born. And we have decided, this is my country, that is your country, come, let us fight. But suppose after the fight, after the death, he comes to my country and I goes to his country, again the same thing. This is really, really useless. But that is the ultimate knowledge. The moment everyone will know it, there will be no creation at all. So that is the reason the something which we call the Maya try to bind us. You will never give this idea to everyone. They want that the Creator wants that everyone should be playing according to this. And if all the actors and actresses, they say, oh no, we don't like to act over here, enough is enough, we like to go back, then there will be no drama. Obviously, they don't want it. So there is a powerful thing that's called Maya, and that Maya always deluding us. Deluding how? Very simple. This is mine. I and me. This is my and mine. That is the bondage. And the cause of suffering is only because of this and nothing else. So when we are asking why we suffer, then the answer is we suffer because of the attachment. Now, who gets attached? Another question. Is the body gets attached? Mind gets attached? Or the consciousness gets attached? See, look at it. This is called Vedanta. Simply somebody will come and say, you must get up in the morning and touch the water with right hand and sprinkle with... Nothing like that. This is the pure science, and you have to understand it so that you can easily practice it. So we suffer because of the attachment. But the question is, who gets attached? Body. Body isn't just like the bricks, like the stone. Body cannot get attached. Mind. Mind also cannot, because mind has also not that power. Consciousness. How the consciousness can be attached? Because consciousness is not real. It is the reflection. We will come to that definition. It is the consciousness that we say, I. It is not also real, It is not also real. This is also the reflection of the real sun. And that is why this is the problem. It says, consciousness of the Purusha is also changeless, abhikara, unmoved by the gunas, nirguna, and without volition, akatrita. Then how the consciousness also can get attached? The consciousness has no I sense. I am doing it. I am saying, I will go. No that, no volition, no katrita. Karta, katrita. So no ownership. Then it is completely unchanged. It never changes. And it is completely free from guna. How many gunas are there? 3. Sattva, Raja and Tama. So it's free from. So who is getting attached? This is really very confusing. So they say, I am attached, I am suffering. But who are you? Actually, if we analyze that, nothing. That one great sage was there, Ramana Maharshi, they say, Maharishi, so Maharshi. The Ramana Maharshi used to go and lie down in a cave, and he will allow the ants to come and bite. So thousands of ants will come, and they will be crawling all over the body, and they will be eating. And he is quietly observing what they are eating. The body. They are enjoying it maybe, but I am not the body. I am not feeling any pain. Those who are trying to practice the path of knowledge, these they should practice. with a hamburger in hand, I am not the body, I am not the mind. So no, that is hypocrisy. Then you have to go and say, I am not the truly body. And the ants are coming and biting, and it's not one or two, in hundreds. And the man is quietly lying down and doing the bichara. I am not the body, so I should not get pain. Mind is not mine, so who will think about it? I am pure consciousness, and consciousness has no body and no mind. So that is the way he used to think. So obviously, then who is attached? You know, it is the Purusha by mistake. The Purusha by mistake, Ajnana Prabhava, due to the constant association of the Prakriti, the Purusha thing itself as the doer, enjoyer, and sufferer. Ahamkara bimoodatma kartaham iti manyate. Here also they mention in the Bhagavata, in the Kapilopadesha, and also in the Bhagavad Gita, Ahamkara, I am, Bimhudo Atma is a deluded soul. He thinks in that way. And he thinks, I am the Karta, I am the doer. Suppose I was in India and 2013, as they introduced me, I came over here. And the 4th March, I got a paper signed by the other authority that from today you are the president of this organization and minister in charge. The paper. I kept that paper, I don't know where. If you ask me to find it out, I won't be able to. I kept it somewhere and I started thinking, I am the president, I am the in charge, and all people are coming and asking me, shall I do this, shall I do that, or all. And then if I sign, the bank will give you the money, all these things are going on. But before 2013, where I was, and after few years, when I will die, who bothers about the Chicago? Whether we will come to Hindu temple or not, give the classes or not, who bothers? But it goes in such a way, though, why the Hindu temple is not inviting me, why this is not happening, all these things. In between, I am thinking. Try to imagine this. Everywhere, if we imagine it, that's why the moment you are thinking, you cannot marry, you cannot develop the family, you cannot do anything. Nishkarma Siddhi, you become perfect in not doing anything. Why? Who will do? So that's why those who are practicing Jnana Marga, we saw one or two Swamiji, they'll be sitting by the side of the Ganga and looking at the water, happy. Constantly going on thinking that I am not doing anything. But if you ask him, Swamiji, can you please go and do this and help there? He will go and do that without any attachment. I am doing? No. He asked me to perform, I just go and do that much. So this is a mistake that I am doing. How it comes? Purusha. Purusha means consciousness. And Prakriti means the power which is having Sattva, Raja, Tama. This is all functioning everywhere. And when I am into that, I start thinking I am also doing it. That is the problem. If you are having, that's why they say, a man is known by his company. If you are in the bad company for a moment, people won't blame you. Oh no, by mistake you went over there. But regularly you are having the bad company, the worthless people. And slowly people will avoid you. Why? You have also become like that. They're known by his company. The good people, his friends are so good, he must be a good person, otherwise you won't be able to do that. So Prakriti, which is having Sattva, Raja and Tama, constantly working over here. Purusha, which is the consciousness, which has nothing to do with it, get entangled, started thinking that I am also doing it. If you have noticed that children, they will also imitate the elders. The elders are dancing, the children are supposed to be somewhere, but they will see the elders are dancing. They will also try to do like that. They can't, but they will be imitating the elderly people. Why? Association. And when an elderly grandmother or grandfather meditating, sitting in one corner in the room, the children will also imitate the grandfather. They will also come and sit by the side of the grandfather. They will look at the grandfather, what he is doing. He has closed eyes. He is also closed eyes, imitating. Why? Association. So association makes like this. That's why the parents all the time say the children, you must be in a good association. Why? Association will inspire you. And here what happened, because of the bad association of the Prakriti, the Purusha, who is always free, start thinking that I am bound. Start thinking. It is not bound, it's thinking. As in the dream. The dream, sometimes we feel that somebody has tied me with a tree and weeping me, and it is so painful. It's all dream. But I feel the pain at that time. Then when my dream is broken, I get up from the sleep, I feel, no, nothing has happened. I was just imagining, and I was suffering. So the dream world, I was suffering because I was thinking. This world, I am also suffering because I am thinking. Mano eva manushyanam karanam baddha mokshaya. That's why they say, it's the cause of your mind. That is the cause of your bondage, cause of your liberation. Why mind, they say? Because mind is getting the reflection of the consciousness. And that reflection, Prakriti Trigunatmika, so from there it comes. Now, if we analyze in this way, association causes wrong notion. Wrong notion causes karma phala. Karma phala causes different births. Different births causes sufferings. So what is the cause of suffering? Wrong notion. From the wrong notion, it comes karma phala. And if karma phala is the different births and different birth suffering. So this way it goes on. And what is the way out? Now the Kapila Muni, I won't read the Sanskrit, only I will give the gist of it in English. Kapila Muni, he said in the 5th verse, Atoeva shanais shanais chittam prasaktam asatam pathi. Therefore, to be free from this bondage, the mind has to be withdrawn slowly from Prakriti. Asatam pathi. Not sata. Sat means it is there. Asat means it is not there. So when it is not there, that means the Prakriti, we have to withdraw our mind. So what is the meditation? This practice only. So it says, first thing, that he is giving 18 steps. First is meditation. Now when you are meditating, what you are thinking? I am the eternal soul. I am not this body. I am not this mind. I am not sitting in this room. I am eternal, all pervading. I am the light. So mostly they imagine light. So when they are imagining the light inside their heart, and slowly that light is going out and merging with the huge light all over, then the person who was meditating and the object of meditation become one. And slowly you are withdrawing the mind and going over there. And of course, if you are not completely free, your mind will bring back once again. But the practice of meditation, the first practice of meditation is this: I am all-pervading consciousness. And how one can practice that? By imagining that the light that I see within my heart is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and merging all over the world, and there is no second thing except that light. No form, no name, no sky, no cloud, no houses, nothing but that light everywhere. Try to imagine that strongly, you will feel the great joy. That's the first is the meditation. Devotion to God. Along with that, one should practice the devotion or the prayer to God. Why? Because all the time we cannot imagine that I am the light all over. It is not possible. So when your mind comes back, if it goes to the body again all those pull will come. The body means there will be anger, there will be desire, there will be many, many other things that will torment your mind. So rather that time, think of God, the beautiful God. This coming Wednesday is the Janmashtami. And in the Janmashtami, Ashtami means 8. And that is the time when Lord Krishna, he manifested. His Janma means not like other birds. He just manifested. And we'll be celebrating in our ashrama. You know, the Vedanta society, we're not doing much of ritual, but there will be discussions, there will be song and all that. So please come and join in the Wednesday evening at 7:30. So this is the way a beautiful Krishna. Someone sent me the image of a beautiful Krishna, so beautiful image. And that I have forwarded, many of you must have received that. The beautiful Krishna. And when you are looking at that, you are feeling compassion for Krishna, love for God, and that is called devotion to God. Equal sympathy and love for all. Sarva bhuta samattena. Equal sympathy for all. And that is called true religion. The moment religion divides, that is not religion. That may be sociology, that may be politics, that may be whatever. But that is not religion. Religion means samattena sarva bhuteshu. No enmity towards anyone. Nirvairena. No enmity to. That's why the sannyasins cannot join the political movements, any social movements. Sannyasins. Householders can do that, but sannyasins should not. Why? Because the moment they are doing that, they are making a difference. So that person is different, I am different. So obviously that should not. No enmity towards anyone. Nirboirena. Practice non-attachment. Practice non-attachment. And it says, aprasangataha. I have a beautiful shirt. I like the shirt. But then someone says, oh, you have a beautiful shirt. I wish that I had that table. Can you share that immediately? Can you give that to him immediately? What the shirt is there? You'll be wearing for some time and then you will throw it. This moment, that person showed his interest, give it to him. Practice non-attachment in that way. So I am not attached for anything. And sometimes looking at the children, looking at the grandchildren, we get totally attached. But the grandchildren will grow up and they will never behave as we were having the fun with them when they were kids and children. And we'll feel, oh my God, this grandchildren, I used to take him on my shoulder, now look at him. He doesn't talk to me and like that. And that is called suffering, so because of the attachment. So practice of non-attachment. Then continence, brahmacharyena. What is the brahmacharya? Brahmacharya means you have to withdraw the mind, all the sense organs, and control it. Somebody is coming and misbehaving, and you also feel agitated. You feel like fighting with him or her, but you have to control. But that way only, that's called brahmacharya, means all control of the sense organs. Practice of silence, maunatena. Maunena, silence. Some of the people can't stop talking. They'll be going on talking and so much, and that creates problem. So it is better to practice mauna. Even inside also you should not talk. You're not talking, but you're going inside. Why this? And something you are going on thinking. You are talking to yourself inside. That is also not mauna. Mauna means practicing silence, means complete silence. And when you can control your thoughts also, how you will control it? Another thought should come. Otherwise, all these thoughts will go on. The another thought means thought of God. And that is called mauna. You see the beautiful image of God. And you think that different, that's why the God, particularly Krishna, Sri Rama, they perform so many things. Why? So that people will remember those. So instead of thinking other things, when you are thinking about Sri Rama or Sri Krishna and Sri Ramakrishna, we always meditate. And by that way, what he is doing, what he is thinking, how he is behaving, so that way you are meditating on their activities. That is called mauna. Otherwise, you are going on thinking something and not talking, that is not mauna. And having faith in God, mahi asa. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is promising, he is telling, really, I am telling you, there is God. You can see God, you can talk to God. Really, in our life, at least in my life, I have seen so great difficulties, but suddenly everything became all right. Everything. I was not, in Andaman, we were in a very, very poor condition. I never saw that poverty before in my life. By the grace of God, my parents were well-off people. And I never saw the poverty. But when they posted me to Andaman to develop a center, there the people, they never saw beggars. So when I went to them for donation, they said, why you are begging? Why don't you do the work? Come and join my office. I told them, if I join your office, then I won't be a monk. I cannot. Then it was very tough time for me. But then I started praying to Mother. Mother, 50 orphan children are there. They need food, they need clothing, they need medicine, they need teachers. We have to teach them. And moreover, we are 3 monks. And how we will survive? Do something, do something. Then suddenly one gentleman came. I never met him before. I don't think he also met me. He heard about me. All the way from Calcutta, he flew to Andaman. He went over there, stayed 3 days, and he left with, giving me an envelope and said, open it when I leave. When he left, I opened, I saw 50,000 rupees in one check. If this is not miracle, then what is miracle? The unknown person he came, because I was crying to Mother. A mother sent that person. Why? He having the excess money and he wanted to give it for a good cause, and somebody suggested that there is a Swami in Andaman and they have an orphanage, they need some money, it will be properly utilized if you give. So he was a very rich person in Calcutta. Afterwards, I came to know they were having 21 cars in their house, 21. So rich. But that gentleman was so humble. If he sees a monk walking, he will immediately leave his own car and ask the driver, take the Swamiji. He will go by public transport. So that humble person, I have seen him. So this is the wonderful, the character. He came, he gave the money up. So that is called, if you pray to Mother, all difficulties will be over. So that is, they say, having faith in God, performing one's own duties, swadharmena, performing one's own duty. Now, I am a sannyasi, but because of the past birth and all that, I got the opportunity. And not only that, in a very good organization like Ramakrishna Mission, the very broad-minded, very Catholic, very modern sannyasa organization, then I am sannyasi. But my brother is not. You are not. So we have different responsibilities. We have to perform that responsibility by that way. And without fear, without temptation. And if we can perform that, in the Bhagavad Gita, a classical example, Arjuna was saying that we should not fight. Why should we kill? Kill for this country, kill for this. What worth is there? But the Bhagavan, he said, no, it's nothing like that. You have to perform your swadharma. And you are a Kshatriya. And Kshatriyas are supposed to fight against the wrongdoers, oppressors. Who will punish them? You are a Kshatriya, you have to do that. That is your job. Not meditation, not taking the name of God. That is for the Brahmanas. You are killing people, punishing people. But by that way, you will get all the benefit as a Brahmana is getting by taking the name of God. See, the same thing. As a Grihastha, when they are performing their duties properly, they married, their children are very good, they are when a son or a daughter, they are doctors or scientists or engineers, they are helping the human society to grow, and that is your contribution. And you are giving the human society the best children. And you have performed in such a way, everything properly, and you are satisfied. No, I am fine, no problem. I did my swadharma. And sannyasi will say, so that according to my temperament, my thing, I am a sannyasi, I am praying for everyone. And I am trying to help anyone that comes before me. And not hating anyone in my life. Not creating any problem for anyone. So this swadharma, that's a great word. Swadharme nidhanam sreya. In the Bhagavad Gita it says, it is better to die performing your own duty than to imitate others. Now a soldier will come and meditate. And in the meantime there is a war. Hey, where are you? No, I'm meditating, I won't go. No, that is not the soldier's duty. You have accepted that duty as long as you are a soldier, whether life, the risk is there or not, but you have to perform that. So that is called swadharma. And satisfaction with one's own income, earned in a proper way. That is called yadrichaya santushta. Oh, that man is so rich, I am not. So let me go and somehow fight with him and do this. No, nothing like that. Whatever I am capable, I am earning, whatever the food or the conditions, shelter I am getting, I am satisfied with that. And if you go on thinking that I am not satisfied, you will never get satisfaction. So, satisfaction with one's own income. Moderation in eating, mita bhuka. So, you must be very, very careful about eating. Because too much of eating And that is not good for health. And too less also not good. So it should be moderate. Must think pros and cons, muni. Whether this is good or this is bad, one must constantly judge before taking up any action. That's called muni, mananshila. They will be always thinking that whether I should do it or I should not. This is good for me or not good for me. So it's been by that way. If a sannyasi thinks, oh my God, that person is having a beautiful car, a nice building, so a happy family, what am I doing over here? So he is not a sannyasi. He'll be suffering. So that is for him, no, it's okay. And he should pray for them. Let them be happy there. He should not think, oh, why they should be so rich? Let them suffer. No, one should not. So that is wonderful practice of religion. We always think the religion means taking a bath and wearing a wash clothes and then go to the temple or to the church, and they make it very simple. Once in a week, if you come, that will be sufficient. That also they don't go. Once in a week, Sunday, 1 hour, that also people won't go. But that is the attraction of the world. Result, suffering. And that's why religion will help you, true religion with the philosophy, will help you to go out of suffering. Not that you have to change your lifestyle. Only thing, thought process, how I am doing it. And then say, practice of solitude, Vivikta Sharana. If you have noticed, in the Vedanta societies, almost all Vedanta societies, in our America particularly, we have a retreat center. In the San Francisco, they have 3 retreat centers. Because in San Francisco, the West Coast people are great donors. So they always donate. Big plot of land they have given to the Vedanta Society, and they develop that. The Lake Tahoe, if you go over there, Lake Tahoe, we have a beautiful the retreat center under San Francisco Center. So like that only, retreat. Humble, the wooden houses, you go and stay all alone. Sit under a tree, walk over there, all alone. So Bibikta Sharana. People like to go over there for picnic. Sometimes we too have a retreat, in the Michigan. We call it Ganges. There's a Fenville village. But people like to go over there for the picnic. We are going in a bus, 50 people, we'll have this, have that. I don't know. I cannot allow that. But if you are going over there to practice meditation, prayer, then it is okay. Otherwise, environment breaks. If you go to a hotel, you cannot meditate there because that environment is different. Maybe clean, maybe quiet, but you cannot meditate because all people are thinking in a different way. The thought waves there will disturb you. But if you go to a temple, there you will feel meditation, the mind will be quiet. Why? All people who are coming with a purpose to pray, purpose to meditate. So environment is surcharged with that. The moment you step into that, you get the benefit of that. That's why whoever comes to our ashrama, you always say, do some japa, do some meditation. That will give you some benefit and you will contribute in the environment. So this way they say, practice of calmness and friendship. Shanta Maitra. Maitra means friendship. Shanta, calmness. Why Maitra? Why friendship? If you are not having any enmity, your mind will be turned. The moment you are thinking that person is my enemy, if you see him approaching or she is approaching, immediately agitation, why she is coming, why he is coming, who invited? So naturally, unnecessarily you are disturbing your own mind. But if you have friendship with everyone, you will get the joy. So that's why they say you must develop friendship with everyone. And calmness. showing kindness, karuna. Karuna means kindness. And then you say self-control, atmavan. Practice detachment with one's own body and with relatives. Practice detachment with one's own body and relatives. You need not to think that, oh, what will happen? Some people, they are so careful about the body. Whether this is gluten-free, this is that free, this is that. They won't drink even the water from the bottle. Now, which company? That also they will check. And very costly, I don't know how they prepare the water, make the water. Very costly water. I was reading in the newspaper, a fabulously rich family, the lady of that family, she drinks from a bottle of water that cost nearly 5 lakhs. Can you imagine? A person is not earning whole year 5 lakhs, and she is drinking one day the water 5 lakhs, because a lot of money is there. That is good. At least the money is going to the market. But for what? For the body. How long the body will be there? Constantly cautious about body is not good. Must be careful. And at the same time, not too much attached. And relatives also. Why he is not coming? Why she has not sent me the card? Why the phone call has not come from my son? So much constantly. So that is, they say, you have to practice detachment with one's own body and with relatives. Sanubandhe asmin dehe asad graham. Always aware about the distinction between Purusha and Prakriti. Then finally, on the 18th, the son told the mother, Mother, you have to be careful about Prakriti and the Purusha. What is the Purusha? Consciousness. What is the Prakriti? All that is happening with the 3 powers, Sattva, Raja and Tama. That's constantly changing. This man is good today and he'll be bad tomorrow. So be very careful. We do not know how it is. Then sometimes the parents will come and say, Swamiji, this is the picture of the boy with whom I am going to give the marriage to my daughter. By seeing the picture, can you say whether he'll be good or bad? I wish I had that type of supernatural power, but I don't have. But the thing is, even if you are thinking in that way, then today the person is very good. Same person may be bad tomorrow. There's a beautiful story, you know. The story that says, the story it says in this way, the king told a painter, you go and find out a person who can be depicted as a God's picture. So he went and found a beautiful looking young boy, and so nice face and eyes, he painted that and he showed to the king. King was very happy. Then after many years, the king told, I am going to be very old, I am going to die. I don't know whether I am going to meet the God or the devil. So can you please paint a devil's picture? Go out and find out. He went out and he was finding, devil means very bad type of, he was not finding any. And in Italy, the people are mostly good looking. So he was not finding any bad. Then suddenly he found a person sitting by the side of the road. He went and told, sir, can I draw your picture? This is the reason. King wants. Then he told, do you remember me? Have we met? When I was a 10 years old boy, you came to draw my picture to give to the king as the God's picture. And today you have come to me again to paint my picture to give it to the king as a devil's. By that time, he has already changed. He had a great fight with people, so all the one eye was lost and face was terrible. It was swollen and all this. So man may change constantly. So you have to be careful, Purusha and Prakriti. Friends, I am using these two words. Why? Because that is the words used in this particular philosophy, Samkhya philosophy. Purusha means consciousness, and Prakriti means power that is having three power, Sattva, Raja and Tama. Now, how to practice it? A sage, Kapila Muni, gives an example. And we will conclude with that. Now, how I will go back to the original consciousness? How to practice? Then he gives a beautiful analogy, example. A man saw water waves on the wall. And on the wall, the water wavy water, and he turned back. He saw actually very close, adjacent to that wall, there was a pond, and because of the wind, the wavy water, and reflection of the sun, that reflection was coming on the wall. Now, first he saw only the reflection of water on the wall. The wall cannot have the water. So that judgment was there. And then he turned to see the original. And he saw the original water, wavy water. But the water cannot have the reflection. Then he turned his face upward. He saw the sun. Sun is the cause of the reflection, and the reflection has come on something which can never have that consciousness. When it is moving, that means the consciousness. Wall cannot have the consciousness. Then we turn to the water. Then the water is not the main, because water is also reflected the sun. Sun is the original. So what we should do? We see this body moving. We have a devotee, he's a runner. And he goes to run. Today he has gone to compete in 21-mile run. I said, I can't walk 1 mile, and you are running 21. So this 21 mile he will be running today. And he is very happy, he feels joy in that. So this is the way it goes. When we see that body is running, body is so powerful. In our younger days, Sonny Liston and another, someone was there, the boxer. So they are great names, and we used to be very inspired by them. Great body, very strong. Where are they now? So the body cannot remain eternally. Then is this the mind? Some great thinkers are also there. No, they also don't. The mind is also getting destroyed. Then what is this that remains? So we look at the body, that is the wall. We see the reflection. Turn to the mind, that is the pond. But pond is also not giving the reflection. It is the Atman, the consciousness that is within us. We are not very much aware of. We never take care of that. But that is the cause of reflection. The first we have to see the body. No, this is not the real. We have to turn to the mind. No, this is not real. Then we will find, like the sun, Atman. So that is, he says, but the mother is not satisfied. She will be asking another question. And next month we will start from there. Thank you.